Hello, what is up, beautiful friends? It's Taylor, and today I am doing my 2019 Spookathon TBR. I am so excited for this. It is created and hosted by the lovely and one of my absolute favorite booktubers, Kayla from Booksandlala. I'm sure you all know and love her as a friend. I will have a link in the description box to Kayla's video talking about Spookathon and her channel down below, so go check that out. Spookathon is going from October 14th through October 20th. And there are 5 challenges, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm very excited. I don't know if I mentioned it for this readathon, probably gonna say it like 30,000 times, but I will say after the TBR that I put together, definitely gonna need some light and fluffy contemporary reads after I'm done with this, because it's gonna be a lot of spooky and scary things. So for the first 2 challenges, I'm actually combining them for one book, because a week for me, I don't know if I can get through all of these books. To be honest, I have been having a really rough reading time this year, so I am only gonna be doing 4 books for the readathon. So the first challenge is obviously to read a thriller, because that is what this whole readathon is doing, is trying to have people read more thrillers, which I am all there for. The second challenge is read a book with red on the cover. The book that I picked for the first 2 prompts is The Chestnut Man by Soren Svierstrup, and I am pumped about this one. I'm also very scared because of what's gonna happen in this book from the sound of it, and we'll see. I'll be reading this in the mornings only, not the nighttime. For sure. That's another thing that drew me to this book, not only the description of it, but the fact that it takes place in Copenhagen sounds really interesting to me. So basically, if you haven't heard about the Chestnut Man yet, it is about a psychopath serial killer that is terrorizing Copenhagen. And he leaves behind these little dolls that are chestnut men, and that's basically his calling card to let them know that it's him that's doing it without giving away his identity, obviously. Sometimes serial killers will leave behind something that lets it known it was them. So Chestnut Man is a handmade doll made of matchsticks and 2 chestnuts. So he leaves it behind at every bloody crime scene. And also we're gonna be following, I think, a pair of detectives that are trying to figure out who this Chestnut Man is. But at one of the crime scenes, they end up finding a doll that has fingerprints from a government minister's daughter that was kidnapped a year ago and murdered. I'm not gonna read off any more about it, because I know sometimes people either like to know a little bit about going into a thriller, or they want to know nothing at all. So the Chestnut Man is gonna be my first one for the first 2 challenges. The next challenge is read a book with a spooky word in the title. For that, I'm gonna be reading The Whisper Man by Alex North. Whisper is pretty scary to me, and I don't want any murderers whispering in my ear, basically. And I'm really excited about this one because I know a lot of people that I watched on BookTube pretty much enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to enjoy this book myself as well. So again, another book about a serial killer. Like I said, it's gonna be an intense week for me reading. So 20 years ago, a serial killer abducted and murdered 5 residents in this town, and they have a dark past. He was nicknamed the Whisper Man because he would lure all of his victims out by whispering at their windows at night. And then again, I don't want to read too much in case you're someone that doesn't like to know a lot about thrillers going into them or mysteries. So they both have kind of similar titles, The Whisper Man, The Chestnut Man. It's a common theme for my readathon TBR, apparently. The 4th challenge is read a book with a spooky setting. And I actually had something else for this prompt, and then I saw a lot of people talking about this book, saying how spooky and dark and kind of terrifying this book was to them after they read it, and they weren't expecting it. I myself wasn't expecting this particular book to be spooky or creepy, anything like that. So I thought might as well throw it onto the TBR and see what everyone's talking about this book, and that is House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. And I know that the main character ends up thinking that her sister's deaths were no accidents, and she wants to figure out what exactly happened to them. And I guess there's a mysterious stranger who has secrets of his own and she's trying to unravel stuff. And yeah, we're gonna see how this book goes. I thought it was just gonna be a normal fantasy. I didn't think it was gonna be super creepy or, you know, intense in that way. So because of that, I'm very interested to see what this book is actually about and how creepy it actually is. Then for the last one, it is read something that you normally wouldn't read. For this, I am picking up The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, and actually I would normally pick up this book and read it, but what I am going to be doing is listening to it on audiobook, which is something I normally wouldn't do, especially with like thrillers or mysteries. I don't know, I have a hard enough time listening to audiobooks itself, and I don't tend to listen to audiobooks. I always usually just physically read. I wish I was the type of person that could listen to audiobooks and remember everything. I just have a hard time paying attention, but maybe because with these type of books you need a lot of attention and, you know, details, that maybe listening to an audiobook would actually be good for me, and we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to be listening to The Turn of the Key on audiobook for the last one, and I am very excited because I know even Kayla really likes the book, and I know a lot of other booktubers really enjoy that book. That is it. That is all the books that I am going to be reading and listening to for my Spookathon TBR. Very excited about this. If you're participating, let me know down below. And if you've read any of these books, also let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on them. So that is it. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you would like to see more. And I hope that you have a magical, wonderful day. Bye!